Hello and welcome to the GCN Tech Show. My name is Conor Dunn. You can follow me on the GCN app, Conor Dunn, or on Instagram, Conor Dunn1. What have we got in store today, Alex?
Right, coming up today, before we get to that, I'll tell you I'm Alex Payton, and you can follow me at AlexPayton123 or over on the GCN app, alex.payton. And coming up this week, we've got a top secret bike ridden by Tadej Pogacar, new women's hour world record tech. We both got new bikes and we've got a new power meter.
Yeah, all of that. And we're also going to be discussing why electrified vehicles might not be the future.
Not the future.
Not the future.
First up, let's take a look at last week's poll. So last week we asked what bike, tech or equipment you've bought used.
Okay, and these are the results. Quite surprising actually. 47% of you bought a complete bike used, 10% of you bought wheels used, only 4% of you bought clothing or a helmet used. I guess no one wants smelly bib shorts from someone else, do they?
Okay, fair enough.
But a massive 39% of you bought nothing.
What, nothing used?
Nothing,
so everyone's just buying brand new stuff?
Yeah.
That's a little bit crazy, isn't it? Okay, right, on to our main talking point. So we want to be discussing this week why we think EVs, so electric cars, electric motorbikes, electric scooters, e-bikes as well, why they might not be the future. Because as good as it all seems on the face of it, because that individual vehicle isn't putting any pollution out, you've still got to charge it up using the electricity, and in most cases, that electricity is generated by burning fossil fuels.
Yeah, and that's true. And instead of each vehicle having its own little power station, it's all producing those fossil fuels for energy in the moment. It's instead just shifting that over to a power station, which is going to en masse create electricity, which you're then going to charge your electric vehicle up with. And that's before we even get on to the materials that are used in batteries and where they're mined. If you think by using electric vehicles, we're trying to shift ourselves away.
So I guess every vehicle's got to have its own battery, isn't it? And that's one of the sort of aspects that's not quite so good about it.
Indonesia, a major country that is producing the materials for lithium-ion batteries. And also, if you look at the demand for these materials, I was actually reading the Wall Street Journal yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it had a little graph. It predicted that the demand for these materials is going to increase 20 times by 2030. Massive increase in the demand.
So sort of like we're shifting the draw on resources from, say, like petrol, diesel, fossil fuels, we're just sort of shifting it somewhere else.
To something else.
Well, I guess the same principles can be applied to e-bikes and e-scooters, although they're on a much smaller scale. But if you take the electrified aspect off of an e-scooter and a bike, you've got a method of transport that's going to work perfectly well, just powered by us, scooting it along or riding. And I guess that's a pretty good point.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't want to hate on electric vehicles totally because I love them. And I think if you look at where we currently are, with lots of people driving around in fossil-fueled cars and vehicles that are just churning out horrible gases. And then you look at the alternative, which is people getting on these scooters, getting on bikes. And it is a greener method of transport to what we have. It may not be perfect, but it's still along the way.
But if you're not thinking maybe e-cars or electric vehicles are quite the future, we think what are the other options, I suppose? We've got things, hydrogen power, and I've been reading up about synthetic fuels. So these are a method of making a fuel that uses a carbon neutral process and doesn't use fossil fuels to make it. That means we can use that in the existing vehicles we've got.
Yeah, and here in the UK, they're starting to produce that, aren't they?
Well, actually, it's a company called Porsche, big manufacturer. They've teamed up with a load of tech companies, and they're building a factory to make all of this sort of e-fuel, synthetic fuel. However, the demand of the fuel that the UK has is way more than what this factory can produce.
Yeah, and it would need to up it by over 800 times, I believe. So we're getting there, but there's still a long way to go.
There is still a long way to go. So I've actually got some stats on this Porsche synthetic fuel factory. First sort of stat I want to point out, it's actually in Chile, not in the UK.
Oh.
Slightly different.
I would say I've been to Chile. I didn't get to go. I was there in Argentina for a race and I got food poisoning on the stage, which crossed over the border into Chile. So I gutted. I had to stay in my hotel all day.
Oh, sorry, mate.
But an amazing country though. And also Hank's got a film on it.
He does,
GCN Plus, for check that out.
Okay, so this synthetic fuel factory is targeting 55 million litres of fuel a year by 2024. Okay. But to put that into a context, some sort of context for you.
It sounds like a lot.
It does sound like an awful lot, but the UK alone uses 46.5 billion litres of fuel a year. So as you said, that's 845 times more than what this factory can produce. And that's for the UK alone.
Wow. Billions.
And we're a pretty small island compared to the rest of the world.
Oh, it's mad the numbers.
So with that said, I do kind of feel that electric vehicles might not be the future in terms of cars. What I think might be a better solution is going down that synthetic fuels route, and it would also mean that hopefully we can use a lot of the cars and vehicles that we've already got in existence being used now. But I do think using e-bikes and e-scooters could be a good way to get people out of cars and into a different method of transport, which is a little bit more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good gateway, I think, into cycling.
Yeah.
Also, when you look at the carbon footprint of e-bikes versus cars, so get this, 1.5 grams of CO2 per kilometre, that's the e-bike.
Yeah.
Compare that to a car, which is 229 grams per passenger.
Oh, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a big difference. So, yeah, if you're
Okay.
going to ride your e-bike, it's a lot greener than driving your car. But at the same time, let's not forget normal bikes. I mean,
Yeah.
normal bikes without a motor, that's what we're all here for.
It's just us
Yeah,
powering
that's
it.
us.
We
Let's not
discussed
forget
this
that.
a while back about the fuel and the CO2 of like fueling a human and stuff like that. But obviously, a human is like one of the most environmentally friendly.
Yeah,
ways.
and I don't think we should kind of let electric vehicles blind us into
No.
the fact that a normal bike is already there to use. I mean, if we focused on making cities easier to ride through,
Yeah.
cycling safer, get everyone out on bikes, it's already a solution to the problem.
I tell you what, we've covered a lot of topics in this main talking point. I feel
have.
like we've done a good job. Do you know what we should do? We should have a poll.
Yeah, let's get the poll going.
Right, so
What do you
we
reckon?
want to know what everyone's thoughts are on, the fuel in the future, I suppose.
Okay.
Do we think that the future of transport is electric power? Do we think it's hydrogen fueled? Do we think it's synthetic fuels? Or you just maybe you're not sure and you're just going to try and ride your bike as many times as you can?
Okay, well, I'm going to head over to GCN app and
Yeah.
start voting now. You can do the same if you would like, and we'll discuss those results in next week's show.
Oh, and while you're on the GCN app, follow both of us. Help bump up the followers.
Yeah, we'll put our new
Cheers.
bikes on there.
Right, it's now time for Hot and Spicy Tech. Conor, kick us off. What have we got?
Yeah, having said how excited we are to see Filippo Ganna take on the hour record, Ellen van Dijk took it on last week and she beat it. New women's hour record. Amazing performance too. Absolutely smashed it. Beat the previous record by Josh Loudon in the 58th minute of her attempt. So that record was 48.405 metres.
Yeah.
Ellen van Dijk managed to set 49.254.
That's like, what,
metres.
800 metres further?
Yeah, 800 metres and more actually, Alex. 849 metres, I think.
You just read
you'll
that
find.
off the top of your head?
Yeah, I was actually in my school maths team.
Of course you are.
course.
Now, the bike that she was riding looked pretty incredible, and it is a track legal version of her time trial bike that she used on the road. So that's the Trek Speed Concept. Loads of cool little details on this. Something which I do like though is the logo and the detailing on the disc wheels, and it
Pretty
reminds me of the design that Jens Voigt used.
Yeah, it looks mega actually.
Mega,
Yeah,
really
well
like
done, Van Dijk. Massive
top job.
effort. 49 kilometres an hour.
That's incredible.
Mental.
Okay, now talking of speedy bikes, this was spotted by a French TV reporter and I posted a picture on his Twitter last week of Tadej Pogacar riding what would appear to be an unbranded top secret bike. Now, we don't have loads of details about this, but the silhouette of the bike looks very similar to that of the V3 RS. And with the Tour de France coming up, we can only assume he's testing out a new bike.
Oh, interesting. I did see online actually that Colnago commented on the bike, and
Yeah.
all they seemed to say was that it was a prototype. That's all they're giving away.
More on that, hopefully at the Tour de France when we see if he's riding a new bike or not.
Yeah, Pogacar updating his tools in his arsenal.
Well, and next up, we've got some new power meter techs. This is an update, the firmware mostly that Shimano have implemented onto their new power meters. So that is the R9200 for the Dura Ace and the R8100 in the Ultegra. So this firmware update is allowing you to see live force vectoring on the pedal rotation all the way around. So this means you can have the display on your head unit showing how much force you're putting through the crank at certain specific points all the way around your pedal stroke. I think there's 12 individual locations, which breaks down to, you'll be able to tell me this because you're good at maths, I think it's 30-degree increments all the way around the pedal stroke.
That
Pretty
sounds,
cool,
sounds
eh?
about right. Yeah, that is interesting, and that is a big help if you're looking to analyse your pedalling technique.
Yeah, so I think this update is available across the Garmin platform and also can work on Wahoo head units as well as being able to analyse all the data afterwards in some Shimano's software, enabling to look at all of that data, deep dive into it. It's a cool bit of tech and technology allowing you to sort of improve your pedaling technique, but I'm not so sure how useful it would be for someone like me that's not really into the science all the time.
Well, it does blow my mind sometimes because that's a far cry from when I was kind of starting out in the sport, and I used to be on this old like trainer with bricks on the legs and listening to AC/DC to improve.
Yeah,
But
it's a long way from that.
yeah, but amazing stuff. Now I know the Giro has finished, and you may be missing it already. Jai Hindley for Australia taking an amazing win. Australia's first win at the Giro too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually the 105th edition of the Giro, and it was also coinciding with Pirelli's 150th anniversary, and they released some special tyres.
Yeah, so check these out, right? They've got gold lettering and logos on, well, the sidewall of the tyre in the coolest place. And it's built around the Pirelli P0 race tyre, so they're a lightweight clincher tube type tyre. Now, the tyre itself doesn't differ from the usual version, but it is cool to see a special version to commemorate that 150th anniversary. I haven't got any details on availability or pricing yet, but if you want to find that out, best place to do it, head over to the Pirelli Velo website. And I did spot that it comes in a cool little fancy gift box. You've got a cap, some of the TPU tubes, and your 2 tyres. Looks very snazzy.
I know, it does look very snazzy. The problem with those boxes, it's hard to actually use the tyre. You want to just keep it on your mantelpiece.
That's always the way with that sort of stuff. You don't want to ruin the packaging.
I believe this is Pirelli's first tyre that they're completely making in their factory in
is,
Milan too.
Yeah,
So-
now they've brought production back to Italy. It's a good thing to see. Yeah, like it. And then finally in Hot Tech this week, we've both got new bikes. I've got a new Orbea Terra. I'll tell you what, it's actually just outside. I'm going to go get it. Wait there.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to have the new Canyon Air Road. It's really nice. I haven't actually ridden it yet, unfortunately, because it's been raining a lot, and I haven't managed to break the old first ride in the rain barrier on a new bike. Here comes Alex with the Orbea though.
Nearly made it. There we go.
You wanted to get this in, didn't you, mate?
Yeah.
I must
Check
say,
this out.
I'm pretty jealous. It's a nice looking bike, that.
It's not easy to present a bike like this. So this is the new Orbea Terra. It's silver, it's got chrome logos, it's got all the fancy parts on it. I'm just going to place this in the background for us. Have you told everyone about your bike?
I have, yeah.
What? Tell me about it.
It's not here, it's at home.
Oh.
It's white.
Oh, this is a tech show. You have to do more than that. It's not. It's kind of what? It's white. That's
What's
not
that?
good.
There's a bit of black in it as well.
Oh, okay, that'll do. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Because you haven't got your bike here to show everyone to it, and presumably you want to show it off, we're going to upload pictures of our bikes into the Bike Vault over on the GCN app. And what we're going to do is put a link. I'm out of breath from wrestling that bike in. We'll put a link in the description down below that will take you to our bikes in the Bike Vault. Vote on them. Vote them super nice, because hopefully next week, maybe we'll make the most super nice bike from last week.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. It's now time for the best bike shop in the world this week, according to us. Now, this is the part of the show where you just get to shout out your local bike shops. To do so, you need to head over to the GCN app, click on the images and videos that you want to upload, and then the top right-hand corner, select Other. And then the most important thing to do is in the description, include the hashtag bike shop.
Okay.
Right, Connor, hit us.
This week's best bike shop of the week has been sent in by Team Gomez Bike Life. Ooh. And this is a shout out for the Trent Bicycles Fort Worth South and the awesome staff, including Shaylin. Wow. So it seems like the wife and I, I'm speaking in there, is that a third person? Third person.
I was like,
they had a bit
you're not
mixed-
married, are you?
I am married.
Oh, you are?
Well,
Might as well be.
Might as well be married.
Yeah,
We haven't
okay.
quite got round to the formalities.
We've gone off track here. Come on, back to the bike shop.
So they've had a bit of a mixed bag. And we've also got a bee in my throat. So you might have to take
Go on, have a good cough. Clear the throat.
Back in the game.
Back in the game, right?
Okay,
come
right.
on. Tell me about
Shaylin,
the
you've had an amazing time, Shaylin, because Gomez Bike Life, they've had a bit of a mixed bag in terms of finding local bike shops. So we're willing to help them with their dreams of getting a new bike for themselves. They've just got into cycling, but they did find Trek bicycles, and after looking for the size they needed, which are quite small actually, a 47.
47, that's a small bike, isn't it?
Yeah, that wouldn't fit me, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a bit big for that one. But they were also looking for a 56, wanted specific colours, and well, Trek Bicycles were able to make it happen in Fort Worth South.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear sort of success stories of people shopping around, struggling to find the right thing. Then the bike shop helps them out.
Yeah, especially if you have a dream, you want to make your own. You want the bike to be, just the way you want it, and you want to spend that time to get it. So yeah.
I've got to say, I do like the colour of this bike as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that is some bike to get into cycling with,
Rate
isn't
that.
it?
Yeah, good job. If you want to shout out your local bike shops, please do so using the GCN app, the way I just mentioned previously in the show. And, we'll then pick them out. Hopefully we'll get some more good ones.
Nice
right,
one.
Time for the Bike Vault.
Bike Vault, my favourite time of the week.
Right, I think you've got the bell your side somewhere.
Can I wear a wig for this? Because you have all the props in the GCN.
We do have all the
show.
props in the tech show.
We've got everything.
It's the
Right
Bike
then.
Vault wig.
It's time for the Bike Vault, people! Back full time!
Okay, right, so the most super nice bike last week. Take the wig off. It's a Giant Propel Advanced 1 and it's from Ace 1 May. They received all of the super nices last week. What do you make of this bike?
That is nice. That is
this one, sorry, I've not added it into your.
Oh, sorry.
your document.
Well, that was nice.
This
as
one's
well.
nice. So this is like super stealthy.
That is very
we've got
stealthy.
SRAM, we've got tan wool tyres.
If James Bond rode a bike, that would be it. I mean, he'd be going in for, Dr. Evil.
Wow.
Is Dr. Evil a baddie in James Bond?
I don't know, but I think it's incredible.
No.
Give it a super nice.
Shaking his head. Super nice.
Right, back on track to your
Back
submission.
on track. You put a little bogey in. I was going to say, I was getting really excited, but this is the best bike I've ever seen.
Jungo.
You can't beat the Hollywood Hills in the
No.
background. I mean, look at the light and the dust in the air.
This is a Canyon Enduro CF SLX from 2020.
Absolutely cracking.
That is nice.
That is nice.
Very well presented.
Good bike for that area, I reckon.
Can you see any errors with their submission? I can't. It's correct gear, valves are aligned, bike's balanced up nicely.
No, that's just a straight in.
Are we going to super nice that?
Boom.
Right, super nice. Next up, we've got Skimork 993 with a Look 585 from 2018 next to a Roadworks sign. I'm not sure what I feel about this.
Not quite as inspirational as the Hollywood Hills, but great photo all the same. He's obviously about to do some work to his training. He's about to embark on a hard training regime.
Maybe, yeah.
Road work ahead. Get the pun?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I do just about get it. I'm not sure on this one.
I
Nice bike, poorly presented, I feel.
It's a nice bike. I'm not sure it's a super nice, unfortunately. There's a lot of things we could, improve on here. Cranks
It's just
for
a nice.
Not in the biggie smalls. Yeah, it's just a nice from us. But yeah,
right, who have we
thanks
got
for sending
next?
that one in. Next up, we have Tirodomesinilas 76. This is my Team Cannondale liquid gas inspired ride, lime green saddle tape, housing bars and cages, an old bike, the new components give it a new life. Wow, look at that one.
So,
Cracking.
what do we make of this?
I really like that. I
love
just there's something about having new components on an old frame.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Just makes it proper nice. Yeah,
It's quite well presented. I can't see how they've got the bike propped up. Is it a shadow stand available in the shop.global cycling network?
Interesting.
Because if it is a shadow stand, I do make the rule that it's a super nice
I
automatic.
think it is a shadow stand, So
Yeah?
super nice.
Super nice.
Automatic promotion.
Right, next one
Okay,
is from
this one.
Bungaloid.
This one is from Bungaloid, sorry.
So it says it's the custom Lemon 9600, but this does not look like a normal sized bike.
This is a toy bike.
They're trying to catch us out.
This is a toy bike. This is a catching out on the tech show.
I've actually got
You can't fool us. We're
I've got one of
unfoolable.
these little model bikes. I got it for Christmas.
We saw that. Saw that for what it was straight away.
Well, we'll still vote on it, shall we?
Yeah, we'll vote on it.
Yeah, we will.
Cranks aren't aligned.
No, I can't see any valves.
No valves.
It's in the correct gear because it's only got one.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's held up, but no accessories.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a shadow stand. How have they held it up, actually? That's interesting. Maybe it is a real bike.
No.
Might be.
What do you think we're going to vote on it? I'll let you decide this. I can't quite.
I'm going to go super nice because the detail
Yeah?
on that, yeah.
We're going to let a miniature bike slide in.
Well,
All right, go for it.
I make
Go
the
on.
rules. I make the rules!
Right, final one this week.
Oh, we've got another one to go.
Yeah, you put the bell away too early. It's from B. Lorena. It's an Orbea M30 from 2021. Lovely bike. I'm not sure why they presented it the wrong way around, unfortunately.
Yeah, cracking bike. Thank you for sending it in. But, you're essentially having your breakfast at a nice hotel.
Yeah.
You sat down, some pineapple, some oranges, a bit of melon, like nice yogurt, toppings. You got your coffee and you're about to look out at the view. And instead of sitting at the table and looking out at the view, you're looking at the wall behind you. That is what you've done with your bike by placing it the wrong way around.
Well, that's quite a way of describing it.
It's not a super nice for that.
It's just a nice must. The bell can stay away from this week.
You're in the environment, but you're not looking at it.
Right, unfortunately, that's it for the Bike Vote, which means the show is drawn to a close. Please remember to head over to the GCN app, vote on our bikes, whether you think they're nice or super nice. Be fair. We try and be as fair as we can, don't we?
Yeah, it's a head-to-head, though, and I get competitive.
Okay, we're going to go now, but please do let us know in the comments section down below your thoughts on EVs and the future of transport, and also vote on app at the... vote on the poll over on the app. It makes a lot more sense. Right, okay, hope you enjoyed the show. We certainly did. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching, everyone.